What's up YouTube, Cardfight in Glasgow, and today I'm doing a deck review on my Darker Egg deck for the third time. This will be the third Darker Egg deck on the channel. The first one, well the first ever video was a Darker Egg deck. Then somewhere in the middle I built Reverse. I'm gonna think, I need to double check if I put that on the channel or not. So if I have, this will be the third Darker Egg deck on the channel. I do have another deck to record after this. Just depends how well it goes on my laptop because I've got faulty USB ports for some reason. It can still connect, just takes a while and it's frustrating. So nonetheless, let's go into the deck. So the starter is this guy. I cannot say his name, but its effects are Generation Break 1, put this in Counterblast 1, put this into Soul Charge 2, then if you have 6 more in the Soul, you can draw a card. So when you stride, my playstyle for the Darker Eggs is Soul Charge aggressively so I'm set, so I don't fall behind in the aggression game. So as soon as I stride, I do tend to just go Soul Charge, and it's all build up. Triggerize, there are 4 heals, which are all Alice of Nightmareland. It is quite a nice heal, if I'm honest. And the rest are just crits, so it's 4 heal, 12 crit. And there's 2 Dark Knight, 2 more on crit, and the rest of these are 4. Do want 2 more of this guy because he's put into the soul, get 3k. But so yeah, it's a technical soul charge one. For grade 1s, there are 2 Yellow Bolt, rest and soul charge 1. He's very good if you go fast and you just go ride, bolt, skill, soul charge 1. That is a very nice start. But if you paid attention at the moment, there's a new promo coming out for Darker Egg that during my main phase I can soul charge 1. He might be a better alternative to Yellow Bolt, but he's not out yet. He's been announced but not, but won't be out for till June I think for the English set. So hopefully I'll still have the deck. There are 2 Devil Child. When your soul's 6 or more, she becomes a 10k boost. I will be taking her out for something else, which I'll go over at the end if I remember. There are 3 Killing Doll Master. I can put her into soul at the beginning of my main phase to soul charge 2. So if I ever go first, I do go ride and then call Doll Master and end. I might trim down my hand because of this, but it just means I've got potentially 4 in soul when I hit grade 2. And my soul charging doesn't really stop. There are 4 perfect guards, the damage and flipping ones. He's quite nice, I just like the art of him in that. And he's good for unflipping damage for more choices. And there are 4 Stride, Enabler, Succubus of Pure Love. When called, you search your deck for your grade 3, that's about it. Which is Charlotte Vampire, I think that's how you say his name. For grade 2s, there are 3 Psychic of Dust. So it is a Legion build as well. He's only useful if I am in Legion, but I'm mainly not in Legion, and he always goes in, and he goes into Soul quite often with me. I don't draw him until end game during drive checks, and that's not fun. There are 3 Squall Master Vampire. Now the 2 Devil Childs are going to be taken out for Killing Doll Master and Vampire. So I won't be doing another deck review on that because it'd be daft, just 2 cards have changed. So really I want 4 of him, 4 of Doll Master, and none of Devil Child. I mean, yeah, sure, she's a 10k boost, but drops my soul charge capabilities. And there are 4 Flirtatious Succubus, and they're all promos, which are nice. If everybody likes the promo. I actually don't know, to be honest. I know she got a reprint as a rare, but I prefer as a promo. There are 4 Charlotte. No, it's Charlotte Vampire. Generation Break 2. If there's 6 more in the soul, he gets 10k. If there's 10 or more in soul, he goes critical. So nothing quite like that in game pressure if you can't stride. His on-stride skill is Countable Blast 1. When you G a unit strides, you may pay the cost if you do. Soul Charge 2. Choose one of your vanguards and it gets when this unit attacks a vanguard. If there's 6 or more in soul, your opponent chooses one of their rearguards and it dies. Only your opponent chooses what dies, which is a bit sad, but again, it's that pressure constantly going off that you're dropping the rearguards as well. He's quite a nice card. I really like his art. And there are 4 Psychic of Storm, Rigel or something. Counter Blast 2. When he attacks a vanguard and he's in Legion, you may pay the cost if you do. If there's 10 or more in soul, you choose 2 of your opponent's rearguards and kill them. Then if there's 15 more or so, 15 or more in the soul, you choose another. So really, you're killing off 3. His axe skill is Soul Blaster Copy, and then Soul Charge 5. So what's happened to me before is that I've Soul Charged him through Doll Master, your Yellow Bolt, or Flirtatious Succubus. So then I just go find Soul Blast 1, Soul Charge 5, and that has put me on 10 soul really quickly. So time to go over the strides, which I really like the strides. So first there are 2, Love Tempest, Kiss Kill Lyra. When she hits the vanguard, soul charge 2. If there's 6 or more, draw 1. So it's that on hit pressure and more soul charge. So your opponents don't really want her to hit. Next, there are 2 Great Demon Soulless Demigage. I don't know how to say his name, but every time a card goes into the soul, all your units in the front row get +1k. So really, if you know him, you can soul charge a lot that turn. Go into him, so then your front row becomes more scary. But it's not per card; it's just when a card. So I'm not 100% sure how it goes. So I need to check that up. And there are 4 of a number 1 Gillies D-Rise. I'm trying to get this right here. One of them's SP, which is quite nice. His skill is once per turn, and you can unflip a copy of him. Then, if there's 10 or more in soul, he gets 10k. If there's 15 or more soul, your opponents cannot perfect guard. Then, if there's 2 or more cards in the G zone, he goes critical. So really, he's going 36. Can't perfect guard, going critical in the vanguard if you have the right set up. But if you run him in a mon, what you would do is, if you have that 15 soul, you can just stride into him, pay his cost, and if you run the bar girl for him a mon, you just rest her, and then this gets 15. No, it'd be, well, depending on what your soul is, because she also soul charges too, so he could be getting 15 or 17 depending where you're at this stage. And he'll be over 50k and will put a lot of pressure on your vanguard, but I don't run him on, clearly, because I cannot afford him on. But this guy is really enough pressure on his own, but I like that extra crit for that extra pressure. The changes that are going to be done to the deck within time, I've already said taking out 2 Devil Child for 1 Doll Master and 1 Squall Master Vampire. Also, most of the new Fighters Collection set, Fighters Collection 2016 set, has been announced. So there's 2 cards I will be after in that. The first one is, I forgot his name, but what he does is you put a card from your hand into the soul, then he gets 1,000 power per card in soul. Then if he gets 10 or more from his own skill, your front row gets 5k. So he potentially could be, and you could be looking at your first stride, mainly because he'll be really big and your rear guards will be really big as well. So that will give off pressure. The other one is the G Guardians. How G Guardians work is you just discard a heal from hand, put it to drop zone, and they come out. The Dark Reg one's very interesting. When she's put onto the guard circle, soul charge 2, then if there's 6 or more in soul, she becomes 20k. So that gives Dark Reg more options. Well, yeah, more options, quicker aggression on soul charging wise, and quicker to get to 15 soul. Because let's just say I had the right setup for Gillies, but I didn't stride, and I do a G and I do a G guardian thing. The G guardian goes back to the G zone, so that's already one flipped up. So I'll already have access to Gillies' effect, making this deck a lot more stronger. In fact, G Guardians make a lot of decks a lot more stronger, but that will be for another time. I do have another deck to do, just depends how quickly I can get this onto my laptop, so we'll see you soon.